What would possess a nice Jewish girl from New England to go on a 14-day water fast? I'm Abby Havermann, host of the Intuition Incubator and the Monday Muse. In this Monday Muse series, I will share what was revealed to me by fasting, not just from food, but from all my vices for 2 weeks. What I learned about myself and maybe even what I learned about life. Thanks for coming along. Here we go. On day 19 of my water fast, I went for a walk and an interesting question came up. It was, what do I really want for myself? And in this video, I want to share what came up because it was a little surprising. Now, by this time in the fast, I was really excited to be done. And I'd had all this beautiful time of just rest and relaxation and no hustle and bustle and no pressure on myself, and it was beautiful, but it was also a little intimidating because now I was going to go back to work and back to my life, and I knew that I didn't want to go back to approaching the projects and the things that I did in my life with an energy of proving and pushing and wanting and judging. And it was this opportunity to be like, well, why am I doing what I'm doing? And what are the things that I'm doing that I want to continue to do? And what are the things that I'm doing that I don't want to continue to do? And what are the reasons that I do what I do? And are they good motives? Or am I bumping up against things because I have the wrong motives for doing some of the things that I'm doing? And wrong motives have to do more with ego than they have to do with intuition. They have to do with your ego wants an accolade. Your ego wants to prove that they can do this thing for themselves. Your ego wants to create success because the conditioning is that means something. And so I was sort of like, oh, I don't want to go back into all of that. And what do I really want? And so I went on this walk with my healing rock and nothing else. And I thought, okay, well, this walk, I'll really think through what do I want to create in my business as I come off this. I'm going back to work the next week. And this information dropped in. And before I dive into what was revealed to me, let me just share that the reason that we do things, we think that we want the 7-figure income or the love interest or the success or the accolade. But the reason that we're only ever reaching for anything isn't for that thing. It's for the way that we think that thing is going to make us feel. If I'm imagining I want fame and fortune, there's nothing about the fame and fortune itself. It's just that I think that's going to make me feel some positive feelings. And yet we are constantly dragged around in our minds by these material things that we're reaching for. And I'm not saying it's bad to reach for material things. I mean, that's great. But for me, it can often get me on the wrong track because the motive for reaching those things isn't necessarily aligned with something more intuitive. Sometimes it's aligned with something more egoic. And so on this walk, I thought, well, maybe I'll figure out my business goals as I'm on this walk. And wouldn't you know it, instead, what came in when I asked myself, okay, well, what do I want? What would I like to see? The first thing that I thought was, I want to be light of heart. That's what I want. I want to have a feeling of light of heartness in my heart. And very quickly after that, it was like, okay, well, how do you achieve your goals? And the next thought was, well, if I want to be light of heart, in order to achieve that, I need to have stillness, presence, patience, and faith. And so the patience for me was a big one because, and courage too, quite honestly, the courage to name what it is that I'd like to see. Because oftentimes for me, I don't even name the physical things in the world that I want to see, that I think will make me feel good, because I am afraid that I won't achieve them. So if I don't ever name them, or I don't even get clear on what it is I want, then I don't have to worry about not achieving it, right? I don't have to worry about failing. And so courage was a big one for me because I need to have the courage in order to get clear. When you're wanting to manifest something, for example, you have to be able to be specific. You can't just throw a blanket statement out there. You have to be able to say what it is that you want and claim it, or else you're not going to start moving toward it. So I had to have the courage to get clear on what it is that I want and name it. I had to find the stillness and the presence and the patience and the faith to know that things are on their way, that good things are on their way, regardless of what they are. And if I could maintain stillness, presence, patience, courage, and faith, then I can feel light of heart all the time, no matter what is happening in my world. And coming up with that goal of I want to be light of heart, which is not what I thought I was going to come up with when I went on a walk trying to figure out what I was going to do next in my business, came from having this extended period of time where there were no shoulds and there were no judgments and there were no, well, you'll be good when, or you've got to do this, or. And so the question for you to wrestle with this week is, if you could have anything without the shoulds, without what you think you should do, without what other people think you should do, without your internal judgments about what is selfish or what is lazy or what is right or what is wrong or what is noble or what is stupid, or if you could have anything. And this is actually quite a big question to ask, because pulling away those questions takes some focus. I don't want you to do this lightly. You really need to sit for a moment and become aware of how much you are judging yourself, worrying about feeling selfish, thinking that one thing is noble and another thing isn't. You have to be aware of all of those processes, not just intellectually, but really see it. And pull those things away and say, well, if none of those things were true and I didn't should myself and I didn't, what is it that I truly want? And a trick to use would be, what is it that you want to feel? It's not about what you have to do. It's what do you want to feel? Because the only reason you're trying to do things is so that you'll feel a certain. So let me know what you came up with. Were you able to come up with any sophisticated sleepwalking that you didn't notice you were doing? Please like the episode. Please leave a review. And please share it and listen to some other Monday Muses if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much, and see you next time.